Have you recently noticed creasing on your boots, or do you feel like they're not as supportive as you remember them being? Keep watching because in today's video, I'm going to go over 5 signs that your boots are breaking down and need to be replaced. Did you know that figure skates do not last forever? This is a common misconception a lot of beginners have, is when you first start figure skating, you think you only need one pair of skates and you'll be set forever, or the only time that you need to change skates is when your feet grow in size or when you change levels of difficulty. While some of those can be actual reasons why you need to get new boots, it's not necessarily the only reason why. Just like point shoes, figure skates eventually break down and need to be replaced. How often you need to replace your skates comes down to a lot of different factors. Every skater is different and is working on different skills in different boots, a different height, different weight, different age, all of those factors. But typically, if you are a competitive figure skater and you skate anywhere from 10 to 30 hours a week, you will need to replace your skates about once every season. Now, if you're a skater that only goes skating once every week or every other week, and it's just to open skate so you can skate around forward in a couple circles, maybe a little bit of backward skating, but nothing too crazy, you can probably make your skates last for several years. I can cover how long skates last in a separate video, but today's video is just going to go over 5 general signs of breakdown. You might not always experience all of these, but these are some of the top 5 most common signs that your figure skates are breaking down. The first and most common sign that your figure skates are breaking down is any creasing at the ankle or signs of your boot collapsing near the ankle area. The one exception to this is Adea skates, specifically Adea Icefly and pianos. They should not have any creasing like this near the ankle area if you are properly booted in the correct size and if you are correctly lacing them the Adea way. The reason for this is that Adea skates are made from a different material than most ice skates on the market, so their breakdown process is going to look a little bit different than what traditional skates go through. Most traditional leather ice skates will start to show creasing at the ankle or the flex notch right by the ankle area. This can often look like obvious creasing, and even from a head-on perspective, you can have these triangular shaped gaps, which is basically showing that the skate is collapsing and has lost support. Along with the creasing of the boot, you will also be able to take the top ankle area and smush it together. This is a telltale sign that your boots have broken down. They no longer provide you with support. Any boot creasing near the ankle or your ankles collapsing is a very obvious sign that you should go talk to a professional fitter about getting a new pair of skates. Moving on to the next sign, and that is a loss of support or losing any elements like jumps. If you are noticing that your jumps have suddenly started to lose height, the takeoff feels weird, your air position doesn't feel secure, or even uncontrollable wobbling when you land a jump, this is a huge sign that you need new skates that often gets overlooked by a lot of skaters because you brush it off as a bad day. Maybe something is off about your timing, and so you don't think much of it. Issues like this can actually lead to injury due to overcompensation, so I highly recommend taking a moment to think about how long you've had your skates and maybe look for other signs of breakdown. Another sign to look for is padding on the inside of your skate wearing down. Sometimes this can be really obvious, like I'm showing here with my SB Terries. The interior part of the tongue is completely disintegrating and missing. This is a crucial piece to lock your ankle into place, and over time, repetitive use for jumps, spins is going to break down the interior padding and make your ankle less secure. You can also notice this in the ankle bone area where your skate padding is intended to lock your heel into place. With any skate over time, this tends to disappear and flatten out, so your ankle loosens up, and that can lead to injury. I notice this the most with my pianos, where the exterior shell of the skate is fairly intact, besides the fact that I can squish the ankles together and fold the tongue over, but the interior padding basically becomes non-existent after a year or so of use, which is pretty normal for most skaters. The next sign is another one that a lot of figure skaters tend to ignore, and that is any recent or sudden developing pain in the foot or leg area. Maybe you're noticing unusual arch pain, you're noticing pain in your ankle after you get off a session, maybe you're noticing some calf pain or shin joint pain, even knee pain, specifically on your landing leg. These can all be signs that your skate no longer provides the support that you need as a skater, and take it from me as someone that has gone through this several times, the pain will only get worse and it will get to the point where you won't be able to skate anymore. So if you've been experiencing this, you are not going crazy. Your skates have probably lost the proper support that you need, so I would look into getting a new pair. The last sign is a little less common and does not apply to every brand of skates, but if you have traditional leather skates that need the waterproofing on the bottom, you might want to watch out for the sole or the heel of the boot separating from the top part. I've also seen this with some plastic skates. This is just the glue or adhesive coming apart. There are several reasons for this happening, but for the most part, I see this happen when skates are getting old. Sometimes this can just be a result of improper waterproofing, where the leather, wood, cork, whatever material was used for the bottom part of the skate just wasn't properly sealed. Over time, water or any moisture can get inside and basically start to rot the bottom of the skate. This can even cause damage to the glue that combines the sole to the top of the boot, and the bottom part of your skate can just come off. In some rare cases, it can even cause damage to the interior part of the boot if it's pure leather, which is what happened to mine, and I ended up getting some mold inside of it. This sign of breakdown is a little less common and really only applies to traditional leather skates. If you have auras or Adeas, it's less likely to happen, but if you start to notice separation from the bottom to the top of your skate, I would highly consider looking into seeing if someone can fix the issue for you, or maybe it's time to get new skates. That is going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you found some of this information helpful. If you have been experiencing any of these signs, definitely talk to your coach or bring your skates into a local pro shop and talk about getting new skates. Trust me, as someone that has been stubborn and used my skates longer than I should have, it only leads to injuries that keeps you off the ice, and they can lead to other complications. So do not ignore any of these signs. And if you have any questions, ask your coach or a local pro shop, and they can help you determine if your skates have any life left in them. Let me know if you have any skate related questions in the comment section below, or comment if you would like to share some words of advice with other skaters about getting new skates and what signs to look for that you have experienced. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.